What's up, guys? Cat Daddy Crypto here. You know what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay up to date with news around KASPA and KASPA's ecosystem, as well as the rest of the crypto market. Subscribe and like this video. Let's get it. What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about a Twitter post. X post, I guess we call them now. I think it's important, and I'm making a dedicated video to this because I know a lot of people had issues and negative views towards some of the things that were, being said, and we'll get into it in a sec. But I thought this was interesting, and I actually, we'll go over what I think about it at the end. I'm going to read this whole thing. It's Shy Dash. Obviously, he's one of the developers with KASPA, as well as kind of a hype man. His name is out there as being one of the faces of KASPA, okay? He had recently, I guess you could say, stepped down from his position, whatever that officially might have been, because funding was taken away from him from KASPA KEF. And he kind of lashed out at them to an extent and seemed to be a little angry that his funding was taken away, and so that he wouldn't be able to do what he needed to do to help the project grow, or whatever he was doing behind the scenes. Now, the interesting part of all of this is he seems to have finally turned a corner, had a change of heart, if you want to call it that. Let's read this and let's talk about it at the end. An apology announcement to KASPA. I'll be blunt. I spent the day sourly regretting my post about KASPA KEF. I wrote it hastily without properly considering the optics of how it would be understood. These issues with KEF have been bothering me for a while now, and I've been struggling with how to communicate them. Eventually, I irresponsibly went on an impulse. I'd like to say that my intentions were entirely pure, but I can't deny the possibility that, on some level, I still hold a grudge. Not for the decision to cancel my funding, but for how it was announced. That alone is enough reason to avoid commenting at all. I did not say anything that isn't true, but my framing of the facts might be more biased than I am able to see. To be blunt again, I am not impartial enough to comment about KEF's interference with the KASPA community, and I failed in my responsibility to acknowledge that. I appreciate KEF as an organization and adore a few people therein. I hope they can accept my apology. Along with other interaction in the past few weeks, I realized that if I want to maintain... Now, this is where this hits home for me. I realized that if I want to maintain my reputation as a community educator and sanity in general, it is time that I move on from my insistence to treat this profile as merely personal. I do not regret holding it to when it mattered, but I should have let it go many months ago. As of this moment, I do not consider this my personal but professional profile. So at this point forward, this is his professional KASPA profile. No more personal stuff goes on this account. I'm still processing what this exactly means, but it includes not making critical comments about anything outside my expertise, but within earshot. Avoid making posts of no particular interest to the KASPA community. That is a big one. Avoid making posts of no particular interest to the KASPA community. So it sounds like everything from here forward is going to be positive and about KASPA. No more of that outside stuff going on his social media page. not getting baited into useless arguments, not getting baited into useless arguments. I guess he doubled that because he felt that was important to announce. However, it does include making harmless personal posts like stupid jokes or cat pics. My tendency to ramble aside, I think the comment in the attached picture correctly captures the gist. Thanks for respectively calling me out. I pay more attention to these kind of comments than you know. I guess I will create at some point a separate protected profile where I can rant my heart's content. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay? And this comment that he's talking about down here, this is exactly what I felt to a T. Okay? I never said anything because KASPA is stateless, nationless, right? And you should be allowed to say what you want to say. There isn't necessarily a team or I mean, he's technically part of the team, but there is no like actual team that took pre-allocation type stuff. So that being said, he did represent KASPA to everybody online. So let's read this because this literally is what I was thinking to a T the whole time I would see these posts that he would make, and I would just shut them out and pretend that they didn't happen. So this is Dark Lord. Yes, would it be possible for you not to get into X disputes? Laughing face. It would help my mental health as I am invested in KASPA and your cat. I enjoy reading your academic breakdowns and analysis, but hate stumbling across petty arguments. Yonatan and Sutton do X flawlessly without getting drawn into petty nonsense. Would love to see you do the same. I only say this with respect, thought. I understand it's hard not to get baited into confrontational exchanges on this platform. He couldn't have said it any better, okay? The political posts as well as just the kind of childish arguments, right? Like I said, I looked the other way and didn't say anything about it, but in the back of my mind, I felt like this guy. Hey, I've got a lot of money invested into KASPA. You represent KASPA to a lot of people, and you're kind of, at times, being pretty divisive with very touchy subjects that get people riled up real quickly. And I'm not here to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't believe. Whatever political beliefs, you have, that's on you. But when you're representing a project, it's not really a company, but just entity like KASPA, then, it's probably better to stay focused on KASPA itself and just be positive towards the community, That was my thoughts, and it sounds like from this point forward, that's what's going to happen. We have no more political posts, no more petty argument posts, and we're going to have positive KASPA posts on Shai's Twitter X account from here forward. And, I don't hold anything against the guy. He's allowed to do whatever he wants to do, but it's just the fact that it rubs us a little bit wrong when you've got a lot of money on the line, right? And somebody might be turning off, portions of the world when it comes to potential investors coming in and investing and helping the project grow. So that's just my 2 cents. I think that this is a huge step moving forward, and anybody who was timid about investing in KASPA because of certain things like that, you're now able to jump in with both feet, invest away, and everything should be good from here on out in that regard, right? So that's all I wanted to say today. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. If you feel or felt the same way as Dark Lord and myself, or if you felt completely different, that's fine. But let me know down in the comments section what you guys were feeling, and let me know if you think that this is a positive thing moving forward, or you just don't care at all. Would love to hear it. In the meantime, guys, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.